Hi everyone, it's Vela from Online Combat Battalion with another Arma 3 editor tutorial for you. This one's in response to a couple of questions I've had about having an AI squad board a helicopter and move to a different position and then assault that position. So let's get straight into it. First we have your playable unit. You don't need to give your playable unit a variable name. Now we need an infantry squad, so I'm going to go to Compositions Blue 4. And I'm going to select a fire team, which should be 4 members. There we go. So we want to give the team leader a variable name, and I'm just going to give him a variable name of B1. Now we're going to need a helicopter, so we'll go back to single objects, and we'll select a M9 Hummingbird, and make sure that place vehicles with crew is selected, and we have a crew in here of 2 pilots. We're going to double left click on the helicopter and give it a variable name of H1. And now we need to sort out some waypoints. So first thing I'm going to do the helicopter waypoints. First one I'm going to do is if you left shift and right click, you'll set a move waypoint, and I'm going to place another one as well. So the first one needs to be a move waypoint. The second one we're going to set as, after double left clicking on it, a hold waypoint. From the hold waypoint, we're going to place down a move waypoint here, and I'm going to place another one. So the move one's all good. The next one I'm going to select as transport unload. Then I'm going to set another move waypoint. I'll place it about here, and then another one on the helipad here. And on this one, I'll select land. Now to get this, you're going to have to use Eden Enhanced. And another waypoint, which I'm going to select as get out, which means the crew of the helicopter will get out and the engine will shut down. So that's the helicopter's waypoints all sorted out. Now we need some waypoints for the infantry squad. So by selecting the team leader, you don't need to worry about these other 3 guys, just the team leader. I'm going to drop a waypoint in front, and I'm going to select that waypoint by double left clicking, and I'm going to select get in. Now to order them to get in, you'll need to grab, left click and drag that waypoint onto the helicopter until you see the little green reticle, and then just release your mouse button, and now the waypoint is set for these guys to board the helicopter. Selecting that by just left clicking once, that waypoint, I'm then going to come back over to this area here, and I'm going to place another waypoint, and that waypoint is going to be get out, which doubles up on the transport unload, but we'll see how that works. The next waypoint I'm going to place here, which will be seek and destroy. Now I'm going to grab a patrol team of FIA troops. I don't use CSAT because they're ridiculous. Now I'm going to click on this bit up the top here, and I'm just going to say forced hold fire, careless, limited. So they're just going to stand there basically as static targets for the Blue 4 assault team. And with all our waypoints set, we just need one more thing to make sure that this works without a hitch. So we're going to go up to F3 triggers. I'm going to grab a 10 by 10 trigger. I'm just going to resize it slightly. Resize it so we don't need a huge one. And I'm going to go into the trigger, and I'm going to firstly put in the on activation section H1 which is the variable name of the helicopter, engine on, true, because when we first load into the mission, the helicopter's engine will be off, but we want to make sure it goes on. Secondly, what we want to do is to make sure that this trigger only fires when the squad leader is in the trigger. So the squad leader's variable name is B1, so I'm going to put B1 in area, and I'm going to give this trigger a variable name of start, in area, start. Okay, or you could put in area this trigger if you wanted to, but I'm just going to use the variable name of the actual trigger. Okay, so the variable name of this trigger is start. You can use whatever you want. So this helicopter's engine will be off. The helicopter's engine will not start until the squad leader is inside this trigger, and he will go through that trigger because he's got to run to it to get to the chopper to board the chopper. I've just placed the playable unit here so I can see what's going on. I've also placed down a Zeus module so I can have a look in Zeus to make sure this all goes off without a hitch. The last thing we need to do is we need to right click and sync this waypoint using set waypoint activation option to the hold trigger. And also in the trigger we need to set as activation type skip waypoint, and we're going to put blue for present. But again, it will not kick off until B1, which is the squad leader, is inside the trigger. Okay, let's see how that works. So as you can see, they're now running for the chopper on their move waypoint, or their get in waypoint, sorry. You can set a slight delay on that trigger if you like, to give the guys time to get in if they're a further distance away. Up they go. And now the chopper's heading off to the destination to drop the troops off and perform an assault. So I'll go into Zeus. And of course they're AI pilots, so instead of flying like real pilots would, they'll increase altitude quite substantially before they come in to land. And you'll notice once the chopper starts to come into land, there'll be a bit of a pause where the AI are looking for a suitable place to set down, and they'll probably turn one way or the other. Trying to find where to set down. There we go. Now the infantry fire team will alight from the helicopter. The chopper will fly off. And these guys will start to assault or seek and destroy. They're going to see the AI enemy squad up there, and they'll start to engage. And then we have the chopper flying back. Again, they're going to land, so of course they increase altitude by about 200 feet. It'll come down onto the helipad. I'll just increase time a little so we're not here all day. And remember I set a get out waypoint, so these guys have alighted from the helicopter and the engine is off. Let's go and check on our AI squad. Let's see what they're up to. They are now continuing to seek and destroy on that seek and destroy waypoint. So that's how we achieve a helicopter assault. One thing we can do to improve the landing of the AI helicopter is to go up to objects, then over to props, and just start typing in the word invisible, and you'll see helipad invisible. And just place it down where you want the chopper to land, because the AI aircrew will always look for a helipad. It makes it a lot easier for the game to put the chopper down on a helipad, so just put an invisible helipad there. And obviously if you weren't in the editor you wouldn't be able to see it, and if you're in the mission you can't see it either. Now if you're wanting to use the same system for multiple aircraft, what you can simply do is go into the 2D version of the editor, copy, so highlight everything, Control C, and then Control V to paste it all again. Now it's going to probably be pasted in a weird spot, but you can then move it and put it to there. And I'm going to copy and I'm going to paste it again. So I've got 3, and again, it may put it into a weird position, but provided you don't left click anywhere on the map and you actually left click on one of these items and drag it and put it down, you'll now have 3 of exactly the same. However, you're going to have to slightly move the waypoints. Okay. So we've got, that's for the first helicopter, that's for the second one, and that's fine, and that's for that one there. As for the landing spots, you might need to move those a little as well. So I'm going to put one there, one there, one there. And we've got still 3 waypoints for the squads to seek and destroy. We've now got 3 enemy sections, and to make it a little bit more funky, we're going to say do not fire unless fired upon, and I'm going to set them as safe, and I'm going to do the same for these ones, and safe, and again same thing, and safe. So now these guys will actually shoot back. And the trigger for this, if you want multiples to happen, instead of having 3 individual triggers, so I'm going to take these 2 triggers out. Actually, I'll take that one out. And instead of saying in this area, as in B1 in this area start, I'm just going to change that back to this. I'm going to set a slight delay of 5 seconds for this trigger. I'm still going to have H1 engine on true, but I'm also going to have H2 engine on true, and H3 engine on true, which means I will need to give this a variable name of H2 and this one a variable name of H3, and we've got H1 there. Now instead of having this, because you might want to wait in your mission for this to happen, I'm going to set this as skip waypoint still, but I'm going to sync that or have it attached to radio alpha so that I can decide, or you can decide, when it is this actually happens. Now I'm going to sync. Remember, we've got 1 trigger and we've got 3 lots of waypoints. So I'm going to right click, connect, set waypoint activation to this hold waypoint. We've already got one for that waypoint. and set waypoint activation for this waypoint. Just to make it a little tidier, I'm going to move all these guys close together so that there's less faffing around when the mission starts. Okay, so these helicopters' engines won't start, and this waypoint will not do anything until I've used the radio alpha trigger to get these guys to move. So let's see how that works. So you can see all the AI squads are now all boarding their respective modes of transport. So they're all in, all on board, and you notice nothing has happened with regards to the helicopter starting or moving. Now I'm going to press backspace, then 0 to get to the radio triggers. Then I'm going to select radio trigger alpha. And all the choppers will now start up, take off, probably pretty much at exactly the same time. And off they go. Now it is pretty important to give all of the choppers separate waypoints, because if you put them all on the same waypoint, they will more than likely crash into each other, as well as giving them separate landing waypoints to ensure that they don't crash into each other at the other end. So let's jump into Zeus and go to the other end and see how this looks. And when they're coming into land, they'll normally do their "I'm an Arma 3 AI pilot, I have no idea what I'm doing" dance. I have actually always, or in this instance, set the choppers to be impervious to damage by setting them as enable damage false, so that these choppers will actually fly away after dropping off their troops and they won't get destroyed by the AI. So the troops are getting out. Once the transport's all unloaded, they'll all take off. And off they go. And now we've got a firefight happening between the AI assaulting an enemy position. And we'll also track the return of the aircraft to make sure that they all land without crashing into each other. I'll just speed this up a bit. There's a bit of confusion going on up there. Come on, guys. Land. There we go. Another one down, and that one's decided, no, stuff this. I'm going to go and land somewhere else for whatever reason. Okay, that is Arma 3, after all. Okay, so he's going to land. He's going to land on a helipad. Oh, he's off again. He's coming back. Oh, no, he's going back again. All right, this is a bit of a comedy. So we could be here all day watching him try to find a place to land. So we'll just leave him where he is. There's probably a reason. Oh, he has landed and the crew is out. There's probably a reason. I probably put the land waypoints too close together. But now the crews are all out and the choppers are off. And we'll go back over and check out what our squad is doing. Okay, so the assault on the position is over. The enemy squad is all KIA. And did we lose any friendlies? Yeah, we lost a few. So that is how you achieve that. Someone did ask me about showing you guys how to do that. It's all about the waypoints and the triggers, and making sure that you use the skip waypoint to sync to the, or set waypoint activation to sync to the hold waypoint, to get everyone to not move until you tell them to by firing a trigger. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments section below. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for your support. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and I'll see you in the next video.